At least, my parents will not see me or monitor my life here.
If I should tell you that this girl is living a double life, I think you would doubt me. But who would have believed that a very devoted girl in church, a pastor daughter, is living a double life? In church or at home, she is known as the perfect daughter of Pastor Michael. While at school, this girl is something else. Wait until you find out how she was eventually exposed and how the scandal almost brought the end of her father's ministry. But behind those things was a girl who was tired of being forced into discipline. And I think it was a rebellious spirit or a person that wanted to be loved that makes her to behave like the way she behaves. Stick on to this video and you will be amazed to find out how it eventually turns out. Deborah was known by everyone in the church. To the women in the choir, she was the quiet and respectful pastor daughter. She never raised her voice. To the youth member, she was the example every girl was expected to follow. And to the elderly woman who sat on the front row every Sunday morning, she was the proof that Pastor Michael has raised his children in holiness. Every mother and every parent use Deborah as a point of reference to their young ones. Can't you see how devoted and how holy this girl is? Or can't you be like Deborah? She's an example of good children. Every Sunday, Deborah wore long skirts that touches her ankles. Her hair was always neatly covered during prayer session. She carried her Bible close to her chest and moves around the church with a calm smile that makes everyone to admire her. And whenever visitors come to the church, Pastor Michael proudly introduced Deborah to them so that he can prove to them that his daughter always feared God. He always introduced Deborah as a girl who loved and feared God. But nobody knew Deborah. Nobody knew that every Friday night after church prayer meeting ended, Deborah would quietly leave the house after midnight with another set of clothes hidden inside her bags. At first, it doesn't start like this. Deborah was a student in one of the top universities, and away from her parents, Deborah lived another life that nobody knew. Nobody knew that this same girl who sang worship song on Sunday morning spent her night inside crowded clubs in Port Harcourt, dancing under flashy lights with people who would never believe she was a pastor daughter. Her double life did not begin just because she hates God. It's because she was tired. Tired of pretending, tired of carrying expectations that were too heavy for her age, tired of living in a house where holiness was forced but love was missing. Pastor Michael, her father, was respected by many people. Members call him a powerful man of God. He was known for preaching against immorality, worldly behavior and disobedience. During sermon, he would often shouted about discipline and righteousness. Parents admire him because he always spoke strongly about raising children in the fear of God. But inside his own house, things were different. Deborah could not remember the last time her father asked if she was happy. The only conversations she had had with her father were corrections, warning, or instruction. Will you sit properly? Stop laughing loudly. You are a pastor daughter for crying out loud. Watch the way you talk. You should even pray more. In fact, fast more. And I want to tell you, Do not even try to disgrace this family. And every mistake that this young girl made turn into a sermon. Every weakness become a punishment, and every emotion has started turning to rebellion. Deborah grew up learning that perfection was more important than peace. At least her life was meant to satisfy and please her parents, not even minding whether she was being seen or being loved or being even paid attention as a young growing up girl. She was never allowed to complain like other children. She was not even allowed to express anger. She was not even allowed to cry loudly because people could hear her, just because their house was behind the church building. And her mother, Margaret, was not different. She spent most of her time protecting her husband's image before protecting her children's emotion. And whenever Deborah tried to explain how lonely she felt, her mother always reminded her about the responsibility of being a pastor child. You must not behave like ordinary girls. Instead of cautioning her daughter in love, they were demanding much from this girl. And that sentence followed Deborah throughout her teenage age. Ordinary girls could wear what they wanted. Ordinary girls would attend birthday party. And ordinary girls would laugh freely with boys without even being accused of anything or accused of temptation. Ordinary girls who made mistakes without carrying the shame of an entire church on their shoulder. But Deborah was not ordinary. At least, that was what people kept telling her. And as she grew older, the pressure became worse. So, church member watched everything she did. If she smiled with a boy too much, rumors had started though. And if she missed one Bible study, people would like to know what caused her not to attend the Bible study. If she posted a normal picture online, someone would report her to her father before even evening service. And Deborah felt like she's being trapped. She has no real friend because most people around her saw her as a pastor daughter. Nobody cared about her real feelings, and nobody cares that she was slowly breaking inside. Financially, things were also difficult. Many church members believed pastors were rich, but Deborah's family struggled quietly. The church income was small, often barely covered bills. Sometimes there was no proper food at home after Sunday service, and Deborah would watch her father spend money helping church members while his own children lack basic things. And there was days she attended school with worn out shoes. Days she avoided school in vet because she has no nice clothes in the university. Days she pretended not to care while other girls talk about expensive things like phone, hair, vacation and gifts from their parents. Deep down, Deborah envied them. She wanted to feel beautiful too. She wanted attention. She wanted freedom. She just wanted to be like other girls and not someone people her parents expected much from her. Most importantly, Deborah wanted to feel love. The love that doesn't come with condition. But in Deborah's father's house, love always comes with rule. And the loneliness inside Deborah slowly become anger. And that anger was started to feel like rebellious. It started small. It started small. At first, it was a secret social media account,
At
late night chat with strangers,
my parents will
hidden makeup inside her school bag, pictures she would never allow church members to see. Then she finally met Sandra.
my parents will not
Sandra was different from the girls in church. She was bold, confident, loud and free. Sandra wore expensive clothes. She even wore whatever she liked and she did not care about what people would think about her. And for the first time in Deborah's life, she met someone who not just treated her like a pastor daughter. Sandra treated her like a normal human being. That friendship changed everything. At first, Deborah only followed Sandra to small hangouts after school. Then those outings slowly turned into late night parties. And soon enough, Deborah found herself entering clubs she once preached against during her youth meeting. The first night she entered a club, she felt guilty. Oh. The loud music shook her chest, and the smell of alcohol filled the air. People danced carelessly under colorful nights, while smoke floated through the air. Deborah felt uncomfortable at first, but at the same time, she felt relief. She felt free. Nobody there cares who she was. Nobody even expected perfection. Nobody forced holiness on her. And for the first time in many years, she felt invisible. That feeling became addictive. And week after week, Deborah continued sneaking out. Her church personality remained untouched during the day. She still sang in choir. She still quotes Bible verse and she still attend prayer meeting. But night, Deborah becomes something else. The more she entered the world, the more attention she received from men. Some bought her drinks, some gave her money, some compliment her beauty in ways she never experienced before. And Deborah slowly become dependent on that attention because she has spent most of her time emotionally starved. One man eventually changed the direction of her life completely. His name was Kevin. Kevin was older, wealthier, and popular in nightlife sense. He drove expensive cars and spent money carelessly. Deborah knew he was not the type of man her father would ever approve of. But Deborah doesn't even care anymore. And Kevin made her to feel very important. He bought her clothes her parents could never afford. He paid for her hair. He gave her expensive phone. Whenever Deborah was with him, she forgot the poverty and pressure waiting for her at home. But Kevin was not interested in saving Deborah. He enjoyed controlling broken girls. And Deborah was emotionally broken. Slowly, her double life became dangerous. She started missing early morning prayer because she returned home late from club. Her attitude even changed. She became emotionally distant from her family, and even during church service, her mind wandered, and people started to notice. The women whispers among themselves. Some youth suspected that she was hiding something, but nobody could even imagine the truth. Whereas her father, Pastor Michael, remained blind because he was too busy protecting his public image. Oh, he spent most time praying for church growth than listening to his daughter. He preached about holiness every Sunday, but never noticed that Deborah was silently drowning. Then one night, everything collapsed. It was during a popular birthday party organized at a luxury lounge in the city. The club was filled with loud music, flashing lights, alcohol, influencers, businessmen, and other young girls trying to survive different kinds of pain. Deborah attended that party with Sandra. She wore a short glittering dress, completely different from the clothes church members were used to see her in. Heavy makeup covered her face, and nobody there called her a pastor daughter. Inside that club, Deborah danced wildly, trying to forget herself. But unknown to her, one of the church workers has also come to the same club with his friend. At first, he did not recognize her, but after watching carefully, shock covered his face. The respected pastor daughter was standing on a table, dancing, while men spread money around her. He quickly brought out his phone, and as fate may have it, before sunrise, Deborah pictures and video has already spread across several church members. By Sunday morning, the church atmosphere changed completely. People whispered during service. Women stared at Deborah with disgust. Youth members avoided eye contact. Some members even quietly left the church before service ended. Pastor Michael did not understand what was happening until one of the elders showed him the video after service. The moment he saw his daughter Deborah inside the club, his world shattered. The same man who preached holiness across the city suddenly became the center of mockery. Oh, this is a typical shame, he said. The church members were disappointed. Some blamed bad parents, others accusing Deborah of bringing shame to the ministry, to the church in whole. Within weeks, the attendance of the church reduced, offering dropped, rumors spread to even nearby churches. People who once respected Pastor Michael began discussing his family matters behind closed doors, but the greatest damage happened inside their home. For the first time in years, Deborah finally exploded emotionally, not with disrespect, nor even pride, but with pain that has been buried for a long time. She cried uncomfortably as years of emotional suffering poured out from her heart. She spoke about how her father cared more about church reputation than his children's emotional life. She confessed how loneliness pushed her towards people who only wanted to use her. She admitted that attention from men became the only place she felt value. And for the first time, Pastor Michael saw the damage hidden inside his daughter's silence. He came to realize that while he spent years building a powerful ministry, his own daughters has been emotionally abundant. Deborah's exposure become more than a scandal. It's become a painful mirror showing the hidden struggles many pastors children face silently. Children that are being forced into perfection. Children that are being denied emotional freedom. And in the midst of all this, the church judged Deborah quickly. But very few people ask what pushes her into that life. Very few people care about the silent battles behind her rebellion. And even though Deborah made strong choices, her soul carried a truth many people refuse to discuss. Sometimes the children who look the holiness in public are the most broken in private. And sometimes rebellion is not born from hatred for God. It is born from emotional starvation. That scandal nearly destroyed Pastor Michael's ministry, but it also forced him to face a truth he has ignored for years. A child cannot survive on rules alone. The Bible story become a warning to many families. Not every quiet child is truly okay, and not every pastor child is spiritually strong simply because they sit in church every Sunday. And some of them are silently crying for affection, understanding, freedom, and emotional safety. And sometimes when those needs are ignored for too long, the world outside the church become more attractive than the home that was supposed to protect them.